This is RBG Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing Liberate XLBT. Let's get into it. So, Liberate XLBT are a pair of Bluetooth over-ear headphones. Now, as you've probably seen in the little bit of B-roll I showed you there, you've got a very distinctive design. So that starts with the ear cups. There's a lot going on each of the ear cups. So they've got real wood inlays with the rewind material that House of Marley really likes to include on their products. It's this recycled material, including the foam ear cups covered in like fake leather. We've got a metal headband with the rewind material as well, and cushion underneath. Now, when it comes to these headphones, design-wise and build, design is very distinctive in both a good and a bad way. It really has to be something you like. If you like the look of these headphones, or you can live with the look of these headphones, you'll have a good time with this design. However, I do know that compared to something like a pair of Bose QC35s, they're not as sort of low profile. Everybody's going to know what headphones you're wearing. Another thing when it comes to build and design is, if you look, there's these screws right here, and these screws, essentially, they have this issue of becoming loose, and I've heard of people having them fall off. Now, I personally bought an Allen key that I can use to tighten these so that I don't have to worry about that, but that is a concern that some people have had. Other people have gone as far as putting a little bit of glue underneath and then screwing them in so that they stay stuck, but that's a bit of a design oversight. Now, other than the screws, the hinges are actually very robust. You can probably hear that click right there, and they have the braided cables going into the headband. Now, I wish they weren't exposed. I'll show them right there. See the little cables on both sides, right there as well. Now, yeah, as I was saying, I wish they weren't exposed. However, I've never had an issue with them catching on anything personally. I don't use these for going to the gym or anything like that, just for sort of being out and about. However, it hasn't been an issue for me. Some people have mentioned it being an issue. And the last thing about the build is the sizing mechanism. As you can probably hear, very robust, very strong. You don't really have to worry about it, anything happening to it. These headphones also are on the heavy side, but it's nice because they can fold down to a small profile if you're traveling with them. Now, when it comes to using these headphones, they're very, very nice to use. So I was personally coming from a pair of Skull Candy Uproar wireless headphones, which, if you want to look into those headphones, I don't have them with me right now, but they are a pair of headphones that are on ear, completely made of plastic. They were about $60 Canadian. First pair of Bluetooth headphones, not very, very good. Whereas the Liberate XLBT have essentially all the features you'd want, assuming you're not too picky about your sound. And what I mean by that is these are not audiophile headphones. So these headphones have all the lifestyle features that you'd want. So they're very portable. They have good battery life. I never really have to worry about the battery life. It'll last me about 2 days of sort of moderate use, sort of using it for, 4 or 5 hours in the day, and when I say it lasts me 2 days, I mean that after 2 days I usually plug it in, because I realize I haven't plugged it in a while. It's not that they've actually died. If they do die, I'll show you the port right here. It might be a little bit hard to see, but right here you can plug in their included headphone cable. The reason I say included is because the headphone cable that is included with this is not just a regular aux cable, 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter. This one is 3.5 to 2.5 going into the headphone, which means if you lose it, it can be a bit of a problem. However, the included cable is very strong and very robust. It's a braided cable, so you shouldn't have to worry about anything happening to it. They also sadly do not charge over USB-C, they charge over micro USB, which is good when it comes to finding cables that you need lying around, but it would have been nice to see USB-C. And then the other thing when using these headphones, and this is something that is not that big an issue, but you do need to get used to it, is the placement of the buttons. So the buttons have no texture on any of them to tell you what you're pressing, which means until you get used to these headphones, you will have a bit of trouble. And what I mean by that is, when I first got them, I would always accidentally hit the play pause button instead of the power button, or I would hit the track skipping buttons instead of the volume buttons. However, once you're used to it, your hand just automatically goes to where it needs to go. Now, the last thing about these headphones is sound. So, first thing that I'd like to mention about sound with these headphones is that these headphones have ample volume. So if you've ever had Bluetooth headphones that don't have enough volume, you don't have to worry about that with these. The other thing that you don't have to worry about with these headphones is you don't have to worry about the sound sort of breaking up when you're using it. What I mean by that is the sound is very clear, and you can be, you can put your phone down and walk around your room or your house, and probably not your whole house, but you can walk around from room to room and not really worry about it. The other thing is that from what I can tell, there's no noticeable audio delay, which is very nice. When it comes to comfort for these headphones, I find them comfortable enough to wear for long periods, but not too long. What I mean by that is, if I'm studying for, if it's the weekend and I'm just staying in, studying for the day, my ears will get tender by the end of the day. But if I'm just wearing them for, an hour of studying here, an hour of studying there, or doing some work, it's not a big deal. So, when it comes to these headphones, should you buy them? Compared to competition, it's sort of a hard sell. They're not the best headphones on the market, and they don't have any active noise canceling, anything like that, and the sound is just average. The sound is good, it's solid, but it's nothing audiophile grade. It's nothing like Sennheiser will give you, or nothing that Bose will give you. That being said, if you just want a solid pair of headphones, and you can get these for about $100, I would definitely recommend them. Anyway, this has been my review of the Liberate XLBT. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hello YouTube, this is RBG Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the Liberate XLBT. Let's get into it.